She's pink, she's round, and she's got the most beautiful voice in the Pokemon world. But what if I told you that being JigglyPuff is actually the most tragic existence in entertainment history? A performer whose greatest talent is also her biggest curse? Today, we're exposing why having the perfect voice is actually a one-way ticket to artistic hell. By the end of this video, you'll never hear that lullaby the same way again. Everyone thinks JigglyPuff has it made. Cute, talented, performs for audiences everywhere. But when you examine her life, it's not a dream career. It's a never-ending nightmare of unappreciated artistry disguised as entertainment. Let me break down why being the world's most misunderstood performer is actually a living hell. First, JigglyPuff's voice sounds like a blessing, but is actually the cruelest irony in the Pokemon universe. She has the most beautiful singing voice anyone's ever heard. So beautiful that it literally puts people to sleep within seconds. Imagine being Adele, but every time you hit a high note, your entire audience falls unconscious. That's JigglyPuff's reality. She pours her heart into every performance, only to watch everyone collapse into a coma before she finishes the first verse. No applause, no standing ovations, no encore requests, just snoring. The most talented vocalist in existence gets the same audience response as a boring lecture or warm milk. She knows her music is incredible. She can hear herself hitting every note perfectly, delivering pure musical magic, but she's the only one conscious enough to appreciate it. She's simultaneously the performer and the only audience member who stays awake for her own concerts. It's like being a comedian whose jokes are so funny they literally kill people. Technically impressive, but emotionally devastating. Now her coping mechanism is honestly pretty dark. After every performance, when her audience is unconscious and drooling, JigglyPuff pulls out a marker and starts drawing on their faces.
Nah, it's not funny, I've got school. I'm not laughing, I've got school.
Everyone thinks this is cute and funny, but it's actually an artist having a complete psychological breakdown. She's so desperate for audience interaction that she resorts to vandalizing sleeping people just to feel like she's made some connection. This is a performer so starved for feedback that she'll draw mustaches on unconscious strangers just to feel like her art had impact. That's not quirky. That's a cry for help disguised as a running gag. The marker isn't a prop. It's a symbol of complete artistic frustration. Every doodle says, "I was here, I performed. Please acknowledge that I exist as more than background noise." But it gets worse. When JigglyPuff isn't struggling with her cursed musical career, she's trying to be a battle Pokemon. And that's its own special torture. Picture this. You're thrown into a fighting ring with creatures that breathe fire, shoot lightning, and split mountains. Your main attack? Singing a lullaby. Your strategy in life or death battle is performing a peaceful bedtime song. It's like bringing a harp to a gunfight.
Oh!
She wants to prove she's tough and battle-ready, but her signature move is literally the opposite of intimidating. When she uses Sing in battle, she knocks out opponents, which technically counts as winning, but doesn't feel like winning. No dramatic clash, no epic showdown, no triumph, just... She wants respect as a fierce competitor, but her victories feel hollow because they're achieved through involuntary sedation rather than combat prowess. Then there's the evolution problem. Most Pokemon evolve into cooler, stronger, more impressive versions. JigglyPuff evolves into...
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's
Wigglytuff.
Fuck!
That's like a teenager growing up to become a slightly larger teenager with the same problems, but now everyone expects maturity. Wigglytuff doesn't solve JigglyPuff's issues, just makes her bigger while maintaining all the same artistic frustrations and the relevance struggle. JigglyPuff was part of the original 150. She's been in Smash Bros since the beginning.
what happened?
She's a classic, but every new generation brings hundreds of flashier Pokemon with more impressive abilities. She's competing with creatures that control time, manipulate reality, or embody concepts like death and creation. Meanwhile, her claim to fame is can sing good lullabies. But here's what makes JigglyPuff's story actually inspiring despite the tragedy. She never gives up. Despite decades of unappreciated performances, despite being underestimated in battle, despite being overshadowed by flashier Pokemon, she keeps singing. She keeps believing that someday, someone will stay awake long enough to truly appreciate her art. She keeps stepping into battle rings where she's outmatched, proving that heart matters more than raw power. Every marker doodle is defiance against a world that won't stay conscious for her performances. Every lullaby is hope that this time, maybe this time, someone will hear the whole song. So there it is. JigglyPuff isn't just a cute pink Pokemon with a nice voice. She's an artist trapped in a cruel cosmic joke, A performer whose greatest gift is also her greatest curse, a fighter whose peaceful nature constantly conflicts with a violent world. But maybe that's what makes her truly special. In a universe full of legendary Pokemon with godlike powers, she represents something more human, the struggle to be heard, to be appreciated, to find your place in a world that doesn't always understand your value. Next time you see Jigglypuff start to sing, don't fall asleep. Stay awake, listen to the whole song, because behind that lullaby is an artist who's been waiting decades for just one person to appreciate her entire performance. What do you think? Is Jigglypuff a tragic artist or just a cute Pokemon with a funny gimmick? Let me know in the comments. And if this video made you want to stay awake for her next concert, hit that like button faster than her audience falls asleep. Remember, sometimes the most beautiful voices are the ones the world isn't ready to hear.